campus of Duke University, and customarily a trip here involves a journey to K-ville. Instead, you will be engulfed by the Wade Wackos, the Duke fans ready for their Blue Devils to go to work. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. The Longhorns will kick it away first. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Blue Devils offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. And as the game evolves into an aerial circus, sometimes you find a superstar running back like this guy.
And when you got this guy, you ride this guy. You give him the ball, you run the football, you find ways to continue to feed him because he just gets stronger and better as the game goes on.
Shakes off the defender.
All right, so not a home run play for the offense, but I do like the creativity, and I like how they're going to stress this defense and do it in less conventional ways.
Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. The back goes in motion. Dropping back, it's Moffitt. Fires to the wideout. What a snag by the defense. Got some room to run. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that right there is a huge reason why this team has a winning record coming into this game. Their defense takes the ball away. And here on the opening drive, you see the athleticism in the back end of the defense, picking it off and putting it in great field position for their own.
Offense getting set for first down. Quick pass on the jet motion. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
How many ways can I make you think, right? First drive, out the gates, get it to my playmaker, going full speed across the formation with a touch pass. You better be able to adjust to it. Then when you adjust to it, I'm going to have an adjustment to your adjustment because I'm always ready. I'm an offensive guy.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. It's complete. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. Fourth and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Here's the snap, looking to throw. They're bringing heat. Got it! And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They're going to run it. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 after the 35.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
And that's exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Well, these wide receivers work the middle of the field. So much of this is feel, understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
And you gotta lock in on your keys. When they run this kind of offense and they do the read plays, somebody has to account for the quarterback, and they forgot who that was, and he made them pay with a big play.
Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Duke. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
He's down here. He does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? Peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him.
And right down the middle. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First down here for the offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Quickly complete. Crosses the 30, he's got away. Discards him with the stiff arm. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
The give from the gun. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Finally pulled down, but not before moving the chains for a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They've got a good one going here and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns! They'll try to add another to their lead.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. He just couldn't hold his water long enough in the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Now on 2nd down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down.
Think about that. Those guys on the move, man. He's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's just it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the 1st down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Looking for a crease. It's Chadwick. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
And that is just an attitude run, running it right up the middle, right into the teeth of that defense.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Stopped after making the catch.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
And that ball is picked off. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
To the air, it's Moffitt. Fires to the tight end. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Moving closer to the red zone, it's at the 27 on 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment. Defense.
Defense just a little too eager, and that's 5 yards for the O. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The give to the tailback. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Defense.
The offense needed something, just anything, to give them just a little breathing room, and the defense provided it with that penalty. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback on the move, still looking. This senior quarterback moving the chains and picking up a first down for his team.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
The Blue Devils are on the move.
Cricket.
Handoff from the shotgun. Tough running this deep in the red zone. He's got 4 down to the 11. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
And I love the wheel route. I love calling it because most of the time I'm going to get my running back, who's a fast athlete, in space against a linebacker or somebody who can't catch him. Nice play design, nice job throwing it out in front of him. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Texas offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every 3rd down throw. If guys are open vertically down the field, I got to hit them too. We can't let our serve get broken.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing failed.
They couldn't make the connection on 2nd down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it on the left. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They're trying to get to it. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. A big play for the defense with the 1st down sack. Now, advantage D as the offense comes up on 2nd down. Got a lot of running room. He's at the 10. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Texas!
Number 14.
Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Back to throw, it's Moffitt. He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Trying to find his man on first down. Uncorks it. It's caught downfield. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Blue Devils will snap it on 1st and 10. Takes the easy completion. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
Snap in the shotgun. Still looking, on the move. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Duke.
And I love that this offense stuck to it. Stuck to the run game. Didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working, a lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to be the determining factor in this game.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. This one's complete. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping, put it out in front of me, I'm getting this 1st down.
Catch in the middle, it's Batista.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. Afterburner's coming. Touchdown, Longhorns! What a catch and run for 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they cap things off with a touchdown pass from 59 yards out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the 2nd half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the 2nd half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Right on target this time. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. He wants to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. To throw, it's Moffitt. It's complete on the right side. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that 1st.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And he missed it. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
Listen, he's a guy that makes 60-yarders in practice, so they give him that opportunity with his big leg. He misses it. The opponent didn't set up the return, so they're going to get the football back now. A pretty good field position. There's still a few ticks left on the clock. They've got a chance to steal some points here late in the half.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Durham. The passing game for both sides has been outstanding. On point, unrelenting. They've excelled in the short game, the intermediate game, and especially on the deep ball. All in all, a thrilling display of offensive firepower, and these defenses have a lot to discuss here at halftime.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And I think this team knew going into halftime trailing, their defense was going to have to step up here in the second half. And on the very first play of the third quarter, they get a sack. That is good news for this defense.
And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that could just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on third down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
And there is little that will send a home crowd into a frenzy like back-to-back sacks. Third and long coming up. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And the Longhorns will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. And the returner goes down. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more, but just...
And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
Yeah, and I like teams that are aggressive. When offenses go empty and spread you out, you only got so many guys to protect your quarterback, and the linebacker comes through and hammers the quarterback and gets the sack.
They'll give it to the back. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. The D thinking bring some heat on third and long from the 44. Looking to throw, it's Moffitt. Buys a little extra time. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, you can tell the QB, he drops back and he wants to throw the football. He wants to push it downfield, try to get the first down. Couldn't do it. Nobody was open, couldn't find anybody, took off to scramble. Great job by the defense reacting to it, getting him on the ground, stopping him short of the first down.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Dialing up a second down pass play. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Complete to the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. And the Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. They keep attacking through the air. He finds his man. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Pop. And this defense's head is spinning. He gets it down to the 27.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Longhorns have taken it inside the 20. Quarterback moving. And he avoids the tackle with the slide.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Looking to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. How good have they been on third down today? And another opportunity here on 3rd and goal. He wants it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard, 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
I'm bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. On the run, it's Chadwick. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Wide receiver shows motion. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He'll off one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Blue Devils will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. He'll come out throwing on first down. And that one's incomplete as they tried to hit him with a big play on the final snap of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming up. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them, and they forced the incompletion.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. The Longhorns send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Might as well give it to him again. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Working that left side now. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. And the Blue Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. On the move at the 30. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Line getting set on second down. They'll try to pop the draw. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2. Facing third and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. Running back searching for a hole. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Fourth down coming up.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. LSU has the lead right now, but it hasn't come easy. They're in a tight one. They're up by 4 over Mississippi State. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback goes down all the way back at his 4-yard line.
And I I think if you're the head coach here, you kind of got mixed reviews on your passing attack so far because, yes, you've thrown for a bunch of yards and you've thrown a couple of touchdowns, but you've also given up 4 sacks now. Pass protection has not been great, even though they've got the lead in this game.
And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now facing a 3rd and long. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Still on his feet at the 25. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. Seizing that open space, an opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19.
How many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, going full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Buying some time. The offense coughs it up, and they were on the move. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Dude, you're in such a great position. You got the lead. Clock's winding down. I got to put some drives together. The last thing I can do is give the ball back to the other team. Horrible fumble. Big-time costly mistake.
Finds a crevice and picks up 5 out to the 8.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play call, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And picking up the 1st down will be nice here, but also important, get some cushion for the punt team. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He'll pull it down, and he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it, so he tried to create, he tried to extend the play with his legs, just not able to get away from the defense, and now we have 4th down.
He gets a block. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They gave up nothing on that run.
At this point, the defense just has to bring the house to try to stop the run and get the ball back, even on 2nd and 13. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Snags it! And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. You already have the lead. Scoring is always good, but milk the clock and it will be your friend. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorn! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And the Duke offense heads back out onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3-and-out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. To the air, it's Moffitt. Feeling some heat. Fires on the move. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
When you're down like this late in the game in a 2-minute situation, you're going to have to take some risks. They're very lucky that last throw, though, was not intercepted.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Finds a man on the left. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Now, a 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Complete, out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Right down the gut of the field. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense, not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Looking to the end zone. Fires into traffic, picked off. Bringing it back. Inside the 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Texas! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Dude, you're just thinking hold them to 3, make him kick a field goal, don't let him score points. Heck no, you turn it into offense. What a play. Catches the ball in the end zone. Take a knee. Take a knee. No, sir. I'm taking this thing all the way back 100 yards to the house. What a play.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the 4th.
49-28.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. From inside the 20, chance for great field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And Duke has the ball back, ready to go on the attack. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if he just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Looking to throw, it's Moffitt. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Offense takes a timeout. 27 seconds left. The Blue Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on 4th down. They'll go for the hat trick. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
He's marked down at the 33.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Well, this was an offensive showcase.